How to start an AI e-commerce business in 2026. AI is allowing complete beginners to start with little to no capital in 2026, and I genuinely think it's the easiest time to get involved with e-commerce if any of you guys are contemplating getting started. There's literally no better time to start than now. In this video, I'll be going over some of the things that you guys need to know in order to start your first AI e-commerce store, how to start your first AI e-commerce store. I'll be going over the AI tools we use, going over how we're making money in e-commerce. For a lot of you guys that know, I do 20 million a year with our e-commerce portfolio. So how we're using AI in that, and overall everything you just need to know for AI e-commerce. The first thing you guys want to understand is, what is AI e-commerce? How is it different than normal e-commerce, and how is it better? How is it worse? And a little bit more about what the definition is. So first of all, e-commerce is the act of selling products online, right? It's just any sort of commerce that happens online. You know, it's Shopify, dropshipping, could even be like a mom and pop store. E-commerce is just selling online. Now, where AI comes into play is, what in particular about e-commerce can we sub in with AI, right? So that's either gonna be building out the stores, it's gonna be building out the creatives, it's gonna be coming up with the offers, researching the customer. It's genuinely just replacing as many parts of the business as possible with AI. In 2026, I truly feel, and I truly know, coming from my own experience, that you can legitimately replace every part of the business with AI. Whatever that be, the product research, what we're about to go over, the creatives, coming up with the funnels, building out the funnels, it all can be replaced with AI. And you have what we call the AI advantage in 2026. This is actually what we talk about in our Brandify community. We've actually changed our whole entire structure in our community to being focused around AI. So if you guys want to see that in person, the link is in bio. But AI has completely taken over, and it's genuinely, again, just taking these core components of the business and replacing it with AI. Now, just to put a disclaimer out there, it's not about the particular tools you use, it's more so about how you use the tools and the mindset you have behind the tools. A lot of people get misunderstood that, oh, if I know how to, this tool, that tool, and this tool, I'm then, completely fine. And that's all I need to know is how to log in and use this tool. Whereas like two people can be using ChatGPT but getting completely different answers. So the main thing I'm trying to say here is that tools are not as important on how to use them. Axe doesn't cut down a tree if you're holding it backwards, right? And I think a lot of people don't know how to use these tools properly, and that's where a lot of knowledge comes into play. Product research is one of the first things that's important with starting your own AI e-commerce store. And to use AI and product research is actually really simple. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and it does work really well with the old methods to provide you some of the best product research possible. Now, look, guys, I'm not gonna sit here and say that AI product research will outdo traditional methods, because I would be stepping in my own words, because I have said in the past traditional methods are still best, like the TikTok burner account method, meta ad library, and these are all methods I've talked about in previous videos. But there's definitely new methods that you can incorporate with AI and to validate if a product is good or not, which I'm gonna get into here. So first thing is first is prompting ChatGPT to find you the best products. Now, a lot of you guys might already know that, if you go on ChatGPT and you look up, find me winning products, you might not get the best products, but it's about how you prompt your products, right? I'll throw you guys a bone right now. The best way to find winning supplements and products in 2026 is find stuff that is on trend on Amazon. So it's trending up on Amazon. And then from there, a lot of people aren't selling it on Meta, but there's definitely TikTok content about it that you can rip and use. And you use that and you sell it on Meta with your Shopify store. Now, if you went and tried to describe that to ChatGPT, it might be a little bit difficult because ChatGPT always gives you weird answers. However, if you go to a website, which we have no affiliation with, by the way, called Prompt Cowboy, go to Prompt Cowboy and you look up, I'm looking for a product that is trending on Amazon that is not selling on Meta yet, that is a bit new to the market, so I can sell it on my Shopify store. Help me find this. It will give you the exact prompt you want to plug into GPT or Claude. Claude is actually better. That then will give you the products you need. So just by doing that little extra step by using Prompt Cowboy, you now are actually, outdoing most of the product research methods out there, because AI is doing most of it for you. That's just a really small example. There's a lot of other ones out there, like using Calidata, using Shop Hunter. Shop Hunter has a great AI section where, you can find shops that are trending, and then from there you can look and see other shops that are related to that particular shop. And that's a really good method I've been using recently. But those are some of the underlying better AI product research methods they have out there. Now, the main thing when it comes to AI product research is not actually finding the product, but more so validation. I found it extremely impactful impactful where if you put the products that you're thinking of testing into Claude and you tell it to scourge, or you tell it to look through Meta ad library to see if there's a lot of advertisers, you find the core price points for your products. Now you know where to price your product, and you ask it what the top angles are. You find the top angles that customers are looking up on Reddit. You can then skip a lot of the product research, customer research aspects of the business model because AI is doing most of it for you. This is another really good tool that I found that I use a lot nowadays called GigaBrain, that you can put in these products that you're thinking of testing, and it will go through Reddit, it will go through all these forums and tell you like what angles are doing best, what type of people are buying it, and if it's even worth selling just based off the demand that the market is looking at. Next one is building your store. Now there's a lot of different AI store builders out there. One quick Google search, you'll find so many. There's a store builders out there like Atlas that can literally build your store overnight. But the more particular thing that AI can help with on the store side is coming up with the positioning. Now in other videos I talk about your store positioning being very focused on the customer you're selling to. You guys always want to find out who you're selling to and then from there work backwards for the positioning. But let's say you're selling a product as simple as like pumpkin seed oils, right? You want to figure out who's buying your pumpkin seed oils, like your pumpkin seed oil capsules or whatever you're selling. Let's say it's soccer moms in their 40s or 50s. You find out, you tell AI, okay, I'm selling pumpkin seed oils and I want to know what stores I should model after for my brand. AI will tell you off the bat what to do, right? And not only will Claude and ChatGPT actually tell you how you want to brand the store, but they'll also come up with the images and help you get the images for it that then you can work with Atlas to plug these images in. On top of that as well, it's the speed aspect of it, right? Because, now you're kind of, you're going quickly through the product research. You're going quickly through a lot of things that would take a lot of time before, but you're doing it in minutes with Atlas, plugging in all the stuff you need in there. And you're doing it in minutes with ChatGPT and Claude by finding out what exactly you want your store to look like. So these things that used to take a lot of time don't take much time anymore because you're using AI to do most of the work for you. AI handles the theme selection, the page layouts, color schemes, navigation. It's all being done with AI if you just plug it in properly. For product descriptions and coming up with the product ideas themselves, again, you're working backwards from AI. The perfect workflow I would tell you guys right now is like, let's say you have a product you want to sell. You would go to GigaBrain and you would tell it, give me the top angles and top marketing concerns for this product. Then you would plug those into Prompt Cowboy and tell Prompt Cowboy to give you the perfect prompt to plug into Claude that will give you the perfect product description selling to this particular ICP. Then you would plug that prompt into Claude, you plug it into your description after Atlas builds your store for you, and now you have a winning description. Then for all your images, you would get it from either Canva or you would get it from Flare.ai, which is one of our favorites that we use all the time for product image creation, which is the next thing I was going to talk about. But there you go. Like now you basically have built out a store with compelling description, compelling images, and it was all done with AI. But remember, you want to start with finding out what the customer is and what problems you're solving through, using using GigaBrain or using Claude. And then from there, use AI to automate all the grunt work. But you want to understand who you're selling to first. Don't forget that step. Next, you have AI videos, which is huge. I've talked a lot about this on other videos, so I won't go too in depth, but you have really, really cool stuff like HeyGen or ArcAds to create AI UGC, which again, we have no affiliation with, but they're absolutely been a massive part in our business, and we wouldn't be able to do the numbers we're doing without them. And I know damn well our students weren't either. I've told students, stop doing UGC, get AI UGC from HeyGen, and I've literally seen students go from like 2 to 3K a day to 30 plus K a day just because we gave them that one tip. And by the way, guys, if you want to be a part of our student group and you want one-on-one help from me and the team, join Brandify. The link is in bio, where we help you build, start, and even scale your own e-commerce business. So if you want to book a call with that, link is in bio. But moving forward here, the AI UGC market has absolutely exploded. HeyGen is making it so easy to come up and make AI creatives. ArcAds has done the exact same thing. And then if you want to do like those cloning and AI voiceover style of videos, we found 11 Labs to be the best for that. Now, bouncing off that, you have scripts, right? And the scripting is huge. And it's very easy for me to tell you guys to go to AI, like AI tool like HeyGen and use the AI creator, but if you don't have a winning script, you don't have a winning creative, right? So the best way to get winning scripts is similar framework to what we've seen work with finding winning products, where you go into GigaBrain, you're finding the main core problems, then you're going into Cowboy prompt, and then in Cowboy prompt, you're telling it, okay, with these main problems, make scripts that will sell to this ICP. You're putting that into Claude, and now you have winning scripts, right? And it was that easy, right? And that works really, really well. A lot of people overlook how easy it is to actually get these winning scripts when you just find out what the problems are first and you properly prompt it into AI to get those results. Another really good thing for scripts as well that I recommend you guys do is if you go to other winning ad libraries like Rise and whatnot, you can find scripts that they're doing for their ads that are working well. You can basically take the transcript from there. If you just look up like online meta transcript, you can extract the transcript from that. You plug it into Claude and you say, use this same framework, but plug it in with these top marketing angles for this product. So even if it's a completely different product, it doesn't matter because if you use the same framework, it still works. Next one is email setup and automation. Klaviyo has so many AI tools we've been using in 2026. It is unreal. You can legitimately have Klaviyo set up and a massive amount of flows for you. They have AI flows, AI automations. You can set up AI automations overnight with Claude. You can literally go to Claude and set up flows overnight with Klaviyo. And it's been so easy. There's another site we've been using a lot, which is Lovable. Lovable has been not only impactful on the email side of things. We'll go to Lovable and have it create like these email listicles for our brands, but we'll go to Lovable and it will legitimately create us product pages. It'll create us listicles, pre-landers. Lovable literally has integration with Shopify, Lovable x Shopify, and you can create listicles, pre-landers, you can create literally product pages. You can create anything with Lovable x Shopify, and it'll literally plug directly into Shopify and work like that, right? And a good tip for Lovable as well on the email side and on the like Shopify side, creating product pages and listicles and pre-landers, is if you have an example and you give that example to Lovable and you tell it to kind of mix and match with your product, copy and paste, it will literally build it out for you within minutes. And it plugs into Shopify instantly. So on the email side, we're using Lovable a lot. And on the product side, we're using Lovable as well. And it has been a huge game changer that a lot of people overlook. Last but not least, using AI to understand your numbers a lot better. We've been using AI in so many different ways, but one of the better ways that we haven't talked about online is for a payback period calculator and whatnot. Guys, a lot of e-commerce is math. And if you're doing subscriptions like we recommend you guys, if you know your math, like your 3-month churn numbers, your opt-in rates, and these type of things, you can plug it into ChatGPT alongside your CAC numbers and your ROAS. I know this might be like alien language to a lot of people, but to my experts out there, if you plug these numbers into ChatGPT or Claude, you can get a calculator and figure out how much money you're gonna be making in the next 2 months, next 3 months, next 4 months, depending on what your CACs are and if you can maintain those CACs as well. So these are like really like higher level things, but just by plugging your numbers into ChatGPT, you will be ahead of 99% of people just by understanding what your metrics are. We do have an AI payback period calculator in-house we offer to Brandify students. We are willing to give it away to some people, so if you're interested in that, just comment below or book a call with Brandify below and we can definitely help out. But these payback period calculators done with AI makes things a lot easier. Now, to give you guys the overall view here, the best practices is to not rely 100% on AI. Although a lot of the tools and methods that I mentioned like in this video will be super impactful and can make up 99% of your workload, you still want to have that human input and you still want to be involved in the business, because I've noticed if you completely hand it off, you end up having some issues. Use AI as a force multiplier, not as something to replace effort. Like it should be one of those things where you're still working hard, but you're using AI so your work goes further rather than like, being lazy and let AI do everything. Also, you want to stay updated. New AI tools are coming out daily. New methods are coming out daily. Like every single week, there are new AI tools there. So if you guys want to be on the forefront of AI for e-commerce, I'm telling you right now, Brandify is where to go. We have all our AI tools that we're using for our brands and students are using as well, that we talk about weekly on our calls and one-on-one on our calls as well. So be sure to join that. Link is in bio. And as always, guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. We're just trying to get more people to get into AI e-commerce. We've completely pivoted and changed everything to focus on AI. I've been on student interviews this year alone where I'm talking to these students and they're literally telling me if it wasn't for AI, we would not be able to do the numbers we're doing right now. I'll actually put a clip of that right here. So as you guys can see, it's like actually been extremely monumental, not even for our own e-commerce businesses, but for student businesses as well. If you guys want to learn more about how to run e-com businesses more in depth, I'll put a video on the screen. If you guys want to learn more about who I am and the money that I've made with e-commerce in general, more about my journey to motivate you, I'll put that on the screen as well. And most importantly, if you guys want to join Brandify, join the winning side, work alongside of us, have us help you build your own e-com business, the link is in bio for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys in the next one.